Okay, so in this user access review, especially like we will review that if the user have the correct access or not after 6 months or 1 year. It depend on the system. It depend on the client requirement, and in the SAP, like how we can do that. So for that, especially we go to first of all this place. So this is how the like a process flow is there. So the idea here we have these type of users will be there. Like one is like administrator like us, who will be responsible as a GRC consultant, and then we have the reviewer, like who will be the auditor or the decision maker, like whether this role or access will be given to this user or not. Okay, so in that two category will be there. Either users manager can be considered as a reviewer or role owner. So either one we can do that. So most of the time people will go for the role owner, and then we have something like a coordinator. So the coordinator is the person like who will be coordinating with the role owner that this particular review item will be there in your inbox, you have to approve that. So he will following up with the coordinator, and then his responsibility is to like close the specific user access review which has been opened in the system. Okay, all the requests has to be completed. So these type of people will be involved in the user access review. And then this is the process flow now. So what will happen in this user access review? Like we have to do some settings here in the SPRO. Okay, like who can be the reviewer and others. Till we'll see that in some minutes. And then after that, we first of all create a specific set of users or the system which has to be the part of user access review. And then once we schedule a background job, which will be the consideration for us to like who are the people who will be considered for the user access review. Okay, so for that, after selecting a like a specific filter, then we can schedule a job which will be generating a data and sending a data for the user access review. So initially, like in case if you want to enable that before sending a user access review to the specific reviewer, the security team or the GRC admin want to just check once whether the data which is being created is correct or not before sending a review. So he will just check the detail, like he will assign the coordinator or he will uh, check whether the specific data which has been created is correct or not. If he feel everything is correct, then he can schedule a or update the workflow task. So what will happen once we he do that? So system will automatically send this to the respective reviewer, okay, in their inbox. So if the reviewer will be the manager or reviewer will be the role owner, they will receive the request in their inbox, and then they has to review that. So here is the option for review. So while reviewing, they will be having like approve, means the user whatever the access they have, they can be they can be uh, approve the access to the user. So that is one thing. Remove role, if they feel that this role should not be there through the user, they will remove that. And then we have the forward. If you feel like this has to be sent to the respective uh, like a different owner, then you can use this. And then in case if they want to reject the user itself, okay, the user is not appropriate, so they can say that okay, reject that user. So this kind of options they can have it. Okay, and then once they complete all their open access request for that, after the background job to send to the respective owners, if all the one has been closed, then your review process will be closed. Okay, so this is the basic process flow what we'll have in the user access review. This is okay, right? So before coming here, let's see the SPRO settings. So I just first move to the SPRO setting, then we come back to here. So see in the SPRO settings, like what we have to do. First, we have to log into the SPRO, and then we have these parameter like 2004, 5, 6, and 7. So 2004 is like all belong to user access review. So here the 011 is like a request type for user access review. So So this access request type is for the user access review. Then you can set the default priority, like what could be the priority for this user access review. So you can set the default priority. And 2006, especially whom you want to make a owner. Either here at the two options, either the role owner or the manager, that they can do. Okay. And then we have the 2007. Then 2007 is admin review required before sending a request to the reviewer. So this part, that the other part we have sent. Okay. So that is the point here. Okay. So so now after that making these settings, so let's go to the system and see that settings. So here this is the one, like a user access request type, like 011 is the user access review type. Okay. So user access review, the type is 11. Then the 007, who could be the default priority is 007. Then you have the two options, especially like a role owner or the manager, either one you can select. And then the admin review is required before sending a task to the reviewer. So yes, so these settings we have kept here. And then the next step is, like, once this is done, then on the for the user access review, we have to go to this background scheduler, and there we can schedule the data for user access review. Okay. Okay. So let's do that. So we have to go here, background scheduler, then create. So here scheduler name, like any name you can keep, user access review, 10, for example, something, and then it start immediately.
Because the schedule activity is correct access control.
Meaning here we have to select. So here the user access generate data for user access review. Okay. On the recurring job. So here is the option for you in case if you want to select the environment for that. So you can select this is development quality production system, or it is the production system. And then if you want to select a specific user ID, user group, that you can select connector ID, you can select. Where is that connector? Where is our connector? Ah,
I think it's the S4 GR set npm.
yeah. Down. So yeah. Okay. Good. And then like just start immediately. Finish. And we close. So one data is just gets generated for this. Okay. Total number of requests created one. Okay. Anyhow, so one URL request has to be created and like total number of user is 6 and number of role assignment is 6. So this thing is there, and then so like the data is generated something. Okay, and then the next step is like after creating a data. So this is the data step, and then we have to go to the manage coordinator. So we can add the coordinator who could be the coordinator for this user access review. So for that also we have the NWBC, and in the compliance certification review manage coordinator, that this place we have to go. So here we have to go to the manage coordinator.
Coordinator ID is role owner ID, right?
No, this is the coordinator ID. So the coordinator, like the person who will coordinate with the approvers, okay, and he will see that which request has been open. So he will ask them to close that.
Okay, then security team member, right?
Yeah, security, mostly the security. Most of the time.
Is there a separate PFCG role for this?
No, as such, there is no role for coordinator. Uh, so if any manager or approver role, if you say, so this will appear there. and then the reviewer ID. And let's see, both should not be same, but I'm just adding the same. Let's see if it is possible by the system. I think possible. Yeah, that's okay. And after that, the next step is like after making that, then we have to generate the data. Like we want to send to the reviewer inbox to approve the request or to get the request first, and then they will go to their inbox and approve the request. And for that, we also have one specific workflow that generate data, not generate data. This is not. But after that, we have uh, one more program like a workflow program. Okay, so this one user access review workflow program that we have to schedule into the system to send the request to the respective approvers. So after that, what we have to do, we have to go here in the scheduler again. Okay. So here, update update workflow for user access request. Okay, it is active. Okay, and then so here we are getting some no, not this one. Not for this today. One second. Let me. Okay, so in case if you want to see that if the user access request has been created, then we can go to the access request, search request. Hmm. This is not generated our one.
In the settings, we need to add the date. It will also be good.
For generating data.
No, no. Now you're seeing the in the search part. So in that settings icon, if you can add the date, request date, then it will show the date also.
Okay. Creation date.
Yeah.
The accessory workflow. Date review. I think this is not been generated.
It was showing one request generated, no? I mean, the audit log, which you saw sometime back.
Yeah, that is for this one update workflow. Okay, this is active actually. So that is generated for request, but the workflow, this one, right? Update workflow for user access review.
Mhm.
So this will shoot a mail to the reviewer.
So, so this is the only one, no, which needs to be generated or something else.
Yeah, this one. So see, a user access review workflow, not this one. After coordinator. This is for the search one, actually, not search one. I will just not say search one. Structure. That is the one actually. So here, for example, if you see this one, this is been finished actually. Okay. So Okay, anyhow, like for this role will be generated. Request has been generated, sorry. So it has to come to the inbox of the requester. For example, access role request. No? User access request. Let's see. Okay, one second. Let me do one thing.
Here on the right hand side,
No, no,
right,
this, I think this is being created. Let's see. Just now it is being created. Like, right? Today only just now.
here.
Correct. So approval is taken like a role owner for this. So we just log into this user. Okay. So this user, let's go to SU01. We just reset the password. Let's make this a service ID. See if you have the basic role, all business user enterprise. All is there. Okay. So I just log in with this ID. Mhm. Password reset. So we can go to the inbox. So here we get the request approval needed for the user X review for this, right? And we can get inside. And this will be coming in this way. Like this is the role is there, which has been assigned to these users like 10 p.m. Fury, this Govardhan also. Okay. So which one we want to assign? So if you say like this has been approved to this user, then we can approve this request. Okay, this has been approved. And for someone like if you want to reject something, so you have the option for reject the role, okay, or remove the role. Okay, so if you want to remove a role, so remove will be coming here. Okay, and then like you can submit the request. So for test, T. So once you say submit,
What happens to the other roles which are not either?
yeah, we are not able to actually do that. See perform action for all the assignment before submit. So we had to approve that or reject that. Okay. What's so let's approve the rest of them.
And this forward, if we do, we can let to forward the entire request.
Yeah. On this one, after selecting a complete request, if you want to forward, you can forward. Individual item. Also, it's looking like we can forward. Maybe we can try one. Select the parent role. Okay, individual is not a complete request. We have to forward. Okay. Okay, so once we do that, then we have to go for submit. And then it is been approved. Okay. And then we can close the request. And then we can check in the audit log. What is the request is there? And then search request. Just see that status like user access review. This is a request which has been approved. So auto provisioning activity at the end of the path. Approved, 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 and this has been removed. Right? So maybe we can check in the test ID, like in the satellite system. Test Tina, I think. Right. Yeah. So that role is removed. You can see that today changes will happen, right? You can check in the change for the user also. A role. So this role has been deleted, right? Okay.
Um, on removal of role, any intimation can be sent to the user. This role has been removed.
So you have to set this notification in that MSNP workflow, Nice. Like you had this workflow, right? So this is called from here. So if you see here, we have the user access review, right? So here, if you go for, okay, it's locked by someone, but go here, and then here you have the notification settings, right? So okay, we don't have the change access, but my change access is locked by someone. Someone is changing this, but here you can set the notification settings, Mahesh. Okay, so
Yeah.
like if in case if you want to send that in case of any approvals or rejection, then you can change the settings here. Which format you want to send as an intimation. Okay, right now, Mahesh. Okay, so this is the one, and then like
Uh,
let's yeah yeah
Mukesh, just that GRC admin 2, that was identified as it was not identified as a coordinator, neither as a reviewer. So how did the request go to him?
no, it is taken as a role owner for that person.
So,
For, for that role owner, the role is different, right? The role something, and we selected as a role owner as a approver. So that's what it is doing there.
so any that means a coordinator and a reviewer, even if we don't define, it makes no difference.
See, the administrator only generated a like a data, right? Who scheduled the job, correct? And in case the approver is there, then he can search the request and he can approve on their behalf also as an administrator, right? And the coordinator, what he will do is suppose the request is sent to their inbox, but he not approve. Suppose your UAR deadline is like after 15 days, and then within 15 days also the coordinator not approve. So your coordinator will be coming here, and then he will go to the NWBC here, and then see that where is the request in the access request, in this audit log, and he'll see that okay, this access request is pending with you or these many managers, which is not been completed, and then he send the intimation to them. Okay, please approve before this date. So they doesn't have direct impact on this UAR, but that is their responsibility to close within the specific time. So user access review is not like a yearly and yearly. So it will be like a specific time, like within a 15 days, all the people has to close it down. And for that, the coordinator will come into picture.
So even the reviewer, I mean, need not specify the reviewer.
The reviewer is role owner, so it will automatically pick the role which
Okay.
is being generated while generating a UAR data. No? So we selected our role, and then very few access request creation part we have taken, right? So only those users which is the part of user access review, or sorry, user access creation will be taken into the consideration.
And if you want both manager as well as role owner to
No,
be
not possible. Not possible. Only
no,
one.
no, to participate in this at this stage. Like for example, if the manager is okay and the role owner is removing the role, then
No,
again it
as per this SAP standard document, you can see that only one can be there, either this or this, not both.
so in
Okay,
the SPRO settings we need to specify whether it is manager or
your
role owner.
voice. Yes. We specified here na, that it has to be like a role owner in the SPR. Here it is role owner or manager, right? Who will be the reviewer? Correct.
And any other entity if you want to add, can we customize?
This you cannot customize from the settings. Okay, in 2006, this setting you cannot customize. Otherwise, like you can create the customization here, like in your MSMP. Okay, in that MSMP you can customize. Like here you can create a agent rule, you can create your own BRF plus and then bring it here. So instead of going with the standard setting, it will be going with your setting. Means if you want to make an auditor as a reviewer, just example, right?
Yeah.
So then you have to make the setting here that it will be like some other person as a owner, and then make the settings. It's not. allow us to change it. Now I think it's locked too. So, but here you can change the setting by creating a custom agent, okay, and then you can bring here the custom agent for this path. Like here you can see this is the agent ID they have kept, right?
Yeah.
So that is all. Okay, here is the place. Actually, they changed. Actually, it is not going the standard way of role owner also, but it is going with this agent ID,
Okay.
and this agent ID is nothing but the same person. So if you see here, here, so what they maintain, here, we cannot see. Agent name is also this person, but actually inside this we have something. Okay,
Yeah, they would have mapped
yeah,
users.
a direct map
to-
ID, the same ID which we are logged in, right? So that is why it is going with this. This is not taken the role owner. I thought it will be the role owner for that.
So in process global settings, there would be some thing separately for UAR.
Yeah, all five is there. Na? All is all here. You can see na, all is there. This is the one.
Yeah.
That is what we selected here, right? Now is okay.
Yes.
Okay, Govardhan, anything from you?
No, sir. Okay.
Okay, then here one thing like you ask, like Mahesh, like here that we have the exception rule and then we also have the supplementary rule, right?
Yeah.
So see the organization rule, especially used in the sense, um, if you have like a organization in a two way in the sense like you have the main organization. Take example like a Tata Group is implementing the SAP GRC, and then you have the two entity inside this Tata Group, maybe like a TCS and the Tata Motor, maybe, right? As example. And then the same risk you want to say that okay, SU01 PFCG is a risk for Tata Motor, but SU01 PFCG is not a risk for Tata Motor. Okay, because sorry, Tata TCS for example, right? Because the TCS is an IT company, and then you say the IT support people can have SC0 and PFCG, but no one from the Tata Motor can have it. Okay, so this kind of thing will be achieved with the help of like a organization rule. Okay, so here you can create a organization rule in that sense, which will treat it as an exception. For example, like this, you can say. So So for this, okay, right now it is a company level. So any field you can add. Right now it is an organization level. So so if organization level, you can say this is a company, and the condition is end, or you can say take is active. So whenever any user is trying to run any risk analysis for this company, it will be exempting that risk. So that you have to map. Okay. So let's say
So that this means this is always for inclusion, not for exclusion.
yeah, that's correct. That's correct. So this risk will be like, uh, if you want to make an exception, like this rule can be, this risk can be a part of this one particular company code, valid for this company code. So you can include that. Sorry, exclude that. So this will be not be the part of this risk for this company code. Okay.
This would be part of.
No, no, this will be not the part of this company code exception.
Okay. This is for only for exception.
Yeah, risk. So this, whatever the risk you can maintain, this will not be a risk for this company. What that way you can consider. Okay. So this is one, and then also we have one supplementary rule. So this I have to check actually, but it is looking like a condition based actually. So if you have some condition based on this condition, you can include this into the table or something. Okay. And some additional criteria is there for finding that risk violation. Include check rate. This Mahesh, I have to check actually. What is that?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'll send you anyhow, everyone, like this document, and one document is still pending with me. That is like a BRF in detail one.
Yeah,
I am in
that
the
was for the ARM config.
ARM config.
Yeah, you said no, you're upgrading the.
Okay, for mitigation, you mean, right?
No, no, for the access request management.
Yeah, ARM, nah, right,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, that's correct. That's correct. ARM, I will be sending for you, everyone.
and
Like
BRM
that,
and UAR also.
that UAR I already sent to you. BRM is not sent, but that I will send to
No,
you.
actually,
Oh, BRM is not sent. Okay.
UAR also you said. Okay.
Yeah, just now I sent before starting the classes.
Yeah, you are received.
Okay, so this is the UAR one. I'll just forward that for BRM. BRM. Where is that? Yeah, this. Huh. Okay, so ARA updated document I will be sending to you all, everyone. Okay, so that anyhow I have to send to you all. I kept somewhere, but I'm just finding where I kept it.
Hmm.
So I just sent it as soon as I found it. Okay.
This in BRM the BRF plus those settings that also included in the BRM document. Or not?
Correct. That is there. So that is there. That
So that is more complicated than request.
no. It's
Request.
not complicated. It's easier. So here you can see what we mentioned here. Okay, like the BRF plus for workflow methodology here,
Yeah.
and after that you can go here and generate a blank one, and then go to the BRF plus, and then add that. We then go to the structure.
The screen is not visible.
Uh, okay. I think I want to stop the recording.